This video will provide a brief introduction to the Limestone University Library's OneSearch database tool. This tool can be located on the library's website. In the center of the screen, you will see the OneSearch tool. The OneSearch tool provides you with the ability to search for books, ebooks, journal articles, films, DVDs, other types of popular sources, trade publications, and any text or source that is available through our interlibrary loan program called Pascal Delivers. After you have identified the appropriate keywords to conduct your search for whatever research topic you are working on, you will use this search option to start researching in the databases. For today's example, I'm going to conduct two different searches. The first is going to be a very broad search. The second is going to use the advanced search option. So for the first example, I'm going to use concussions in football. This is a commonly discussed or used topic for a research assignment. For the first example, I'm going to start with the word football. This is of course a broad term, so I'm going to have to use the limiters in the OneSearch database tool to narrow the scope of the research, but this will show you how many sources you could possibly find in this tool. Once you have typed in your keyword for your search or for your topic, click on the search button. Once you have typed in the keyword for your initial search and clicked search, you will want to ensure that you are searching everything that the library has access to. If for some reason your search began with the library catalog or the EBSCO databases, use the drop-down menu and select everything so that you have a broader search. You may notice that we have over 4 million hits or 4 million different resources for the word football. You will also notice when comparing resource 1 to resource 2 that the word football still has a broad definition. We need to use the limiters or filters on the left side of the screen to refine our search results. For this example, I'm going to look for a peer-reviewed journal publication, specifically an article within a peer-reviewed journal. I am also going to look for resources that are available online or through an open access journal. This means that I am not going to be looking for sources that are held within the library. Depending on the course or the topic that you are researching, you may be able to locate sources in our library, and it is possible that instructors will suggest that you use printed sources or textbooks or something of that nature. Always refer to your instructor's guidelines for your research and to help guide your research process. In terms of refining the search results, I'm going to start with availability, and I know that I want sources that are available online, in peer-reviewed journal publications, and open access. For every limiter that you want to add, use the checkbox to the left side of the word or phrase and click Apply Filters. In a database, the more filters you apply in terms of availability, the more sources you will have access to. It's important to note that this did limit our search pretty extensively from over 4 million resources to over 28,000 resources. That is a drastic change, but we still have both American football and soccer, so we have more limiting or refining to do. The next step is to utilize the subject section in order to identify appropriate keywords or subject terms for your specific topic. You will notice in this section that each word or phrase has a number to the right. That number is the hit count or the number of resources that relate to that particular word or phrase. For this topic, if I'm researching concussions in football, I'm going to focus on American football, so I'm going to attempt to limit the subject words to words that are most appropriate for that specific topic. In addition to using the subject filter, you may want to filter by resource type, publication date, or language. You can use any of these filters as you feel they're appropriate. If I am looking for an article published in a peer-reviewed journal, I do want to limit to articles. Additionally, I also want to look at more up-to-date articles, so articles from 1976 or even the 1980s or 1990s are not going to be most fruitful for a current discussion of what we understand about concussions in American football. I'm going to limit to 2015, that gives me about a 5-year range, and click Refine to limit further. Once you have reached a point at which you feel your search is efficient and you have limited the number of results to what is appropriate for your research assignment and a manageable number in terms of what you can actually look through, you're ready to start looking through the individual sources. In an earlier search, I pinned this article, which is entitled Comparison of Indiana High School Football Injury Rates by Inclusion of the U.S. Football Heads Up Football Player Safety Coach. Because I've pinned this article, you'll notice that it's highlighted. You can pin any article in the One Search function, just so long as you're logged into the system. First, let's open this article. We can do this by clicking the title of the article. When we click the title of an article or a resource in the OneSearch function, we will be provided with a detailed record, which includes citation tools, the location of the source, and any details that relate to the article. So let's look at the details of the article first. What you may notice is that while the title of this article focuses on the broad subject of injury rates, I can see here that concussions are discussed because they're part of the subject of the article. I can also read through the abstract, which is a summary of the article. Reading through the abstract can help me ensure that this article is one that does relate to my topic, and it can help me limit the number of articles that I need to read. You may find that for a research assignment that requires 5 sources, you are reading 10 to 15 sources, but you certainly aren't going to be reading sources that are not related to your topic, just so long as you review the detailed record. Citation tools are also an important aspect of the OneSearch function to review. When you click Citation, you will notice that there are a variety of academic format styles to choose from. Choose the one that's most appropriate for your course. In this case, the MLA 8th edition is exactly what I want, and you'll see a completed bibliographic entry here. Because all research assignments require proper attribution, whether that be on a reference page for APA format or a works cited page for MLA format, you will need to copy the completed bibliographic entry for every single resource, every single article that you select. To do this, click Copy Citation to Clipboard and paste it into your document. Once you are ready to read the article, you will be able to access the article in the full text version in any link that is listed under View Online. For today's purposes, I'm going to click on the second article, and it will open the article on the appropriate database. On this database, I do have to click on Get Full Text in order to open the full text PDF. From here, I have the ability to download and print the article. Let's take a look at the first option as well, so you can see how different databases are going to not just look differently, but provide you with a different way to access the source. For this database, I can either read the article by clicking Download PDF or by scrolling down to the beginning of the article. So as you will see here, different databases are going to provide different views of the article, but they should all give you access to the individual resource you've selected. When you are ready to return to your search results, click the X to the left of the screen. For the second example, I'm going to conduct a new search, and I'm going to click on Advanced Search. This will provide you with a viewpoint on how you can utilize the database search filters and the Boolean operators in order to conduct a more efficient search. For the second topic, I am going to focus on the death penalty. For this topic, death penalty is going to be one of my keywords, but let's consider a topic that's a little bit more specific than that. Maybe I'm looking for articles that focus on abolishing the death penalty. So I'm going to type in death penalty and select subject. I'm going to choose the Boolean operator and is going to help limit the scope of the search. If I were to select or would offer a broader search. If I were going to select not would exclude the secondary term from my search. Because I want to search for both terms, I'm going to use the word and. I am not going to use the limiters to the right side of the screen because I know that once I have enough search results, I can do this later, and I may not need to do this at all. So I'm going to click on Search to conduct the search. For the purposes of the example, let's click on the first result. To open the article, I will click on the title. This still takes us to the detailed record. What you'll notice here is that the ebook is provided by Pascal, and I can also look for information on this text from other institutions. When opening this text, I am taken to the ProQuest database that houses this text, and I can either download the whole book or read it online, or I can download individual chapters. Keep in mind that if you are searching for an entire book, of course it is going to be much lengthier and you'll want to consider the entire book, not just a specific page or quote. So citing an entire book does take more time in terms of reading the whole book. Again, to navigate back to the search results, click the X to the left of the screen. If you are not finding the sources that you feel are most appropriate for your individual topic, it is quite possible that you will need to conduct a new search. For this search, I may want to take out the word abolish. This is going to broaden my search terms, and it will ensure that all of the individual sources relate to the death penalty, which means that I am going to have many more sources to look through. If you are conducting a search and it is not providing you with the sources that you need or the resources that you think you need, it might be that you need to reconsider your keywords or subject terms that you are using. In this example, it's quite possible that I should use the phrase capital punishment as opposed to the death penalty to produce more search results. You should consider conducting several different searches until you find the sources that are most appropriate for your topic.